Welcome to Algonquin Provincial Park. Algonquin is known for the beautiful landscapes and pretty scenery, and in this video, I'm going to be sharing some top spots that I have found while exploring to get some amazing nature shots and maybe even spot some wildlife. Before I start, I want to emphasize that all of these locations have proper parking areas or pull-offs where you can safely park your vehicle while you capture your shots. Don't risk your life for the gram. I'll start my list of locations from the west gate and work toward the east gate, sharing the approximate kilometer markers to help you find each spot. Some of these are actual trails and some are scenic lookouts throughout the park, and I'm sure there are even more incredible locations we haven't made it to yet. But for now, let's jump into some of the top photo spots I've found throughout Algonquin to add to your list. The Whiskey Rapids Trail at kilometer 7.2 is first on my list. This trail is a 2.1 kilometer loop along the Oxtongue River and leads you to a beautiful rapids area. It's a moderate trail with some steep areas and offers great water scenery. When the water is high enough, you can capture the rushing rapids, but there are also some lookout spots for photos and wildlife spotting. Next up is Tea Lake Dam at kilometer marker 8. This is a picnic spot by the river and also has some great photo opportunities of rapids after the dam. It's fairly easy to walk through as this area is mostly flat, and there are some portage trails that you can take beyond the dam that offer some viewpoints over the river. The Hardwood Lookout Trail is next, and it's a 1 kilometer loop located at kilometer marker 13.8. It's a moderate trail and offers a great scenic lookout over Smoke Lake. Here you can capture various bird sightings and maybe even some other wildlife if you're lucky. But what I really enjoyed were the beautiful colors reflecting on the water, and the actual trails themselves were lovely for fall photos. Just off Highway 60 in a pull-off area near kilometer 14.5 is a great spot to view Smoke Lake, especially early in the morning. Here we were able to capture some amazing reflections on the water, morning fog, and saw a variety of birds. Plus, there's a rock peninsula that makes a great spot for posing for photos or getting further out to capture the scenery. And there's no hiking required. Peck Lake Trail is next, and this trail is located at kilometer 19.2. It's a 2.3 kilometer loop that's moderate in difficulty and takes you around the shoreline of Lake Peck, which offers great lake scenery and a potential to capture wildlife like different birds, beavers, and even moose if you're lucky. The Algonquin Art Center is located at kilometer 20 and has a large parking lot. Just off to the side is an access point to Found Lake, where you can get some incredible sunrise photos. This is one of my favorite spots to capture the changing leaves, and no hiking is required, making this a perfect morning location where you can enjoy your coffee and capture the scenery. At kilometer 21.5, there's a lookout point with a small pull-off for vehicles. If you follow the trail and climb down the rocks, you can get an incredible view of a pond area. We were fortunate enough to see a beaver, but not fast enough to catch it on camera. There is excellent scenery down here as well, and the climb wasn't too challenging. The Canas Bay Lake Campground is at kilometer 23.1 and is a beautiful campground. This is where we stayed on our last visit, and there's beautiful scenery throughout the campground loops and by the lake. This is one of the most beautiful campgrounds we've stayed at during the fall and an excellent backdrop for photos. The next location is the Two Rivers Trail at Kilometre 31. This is a 2.3 kilometer loop that's moderate in difficulty. It has an ascent to a cliff overlooking beautiful pine trees, and throughout the trail there are various viewpoints to get some great photos. Booth's Rock Trail is located 9 kilometers south of Kilometre 40.3 in the Rock Lake campground area. It's a difficult 5.1 kilometer loop trail, and we just did the start and the end of the trail to capture some photos by the lake and by the creek. We saw some beaver lodges, but unfortunately, no beavers. The Spruce Bog Boardwalk Trail at kilometer marker 42.5 is my absolute favorite trail and photo spot in Algonquin. There's a big parking lot, and the trail is only 1.5 kilometers, an easy loop, and it's wheelchair accessible. The bogs here offer beautiful spots for photos and birdwatching, especially in the sunrise light, and even more so during the fall when the dramatic mist forms over the water. I've done this trail multiple times at different times during the day, and it should definitely be on your list if you visit. At kilometer 45.2, you'll find the Beaver Pond Trail, which is a moderate 2-kilometer loop that offers views of 2 beaver ponds. Here you can see beaver dams and lodges, and there are multiple scenic lookout points along the trail that are great for photos. At the Lake Opeongo store, north of kilometer marker 46.3, is one of the major access points to the Algonquin backcountry. Here you can get some great scenic views of the lake and also capture some shots of campers in canoes or on the water taxis to get to their backcountry camping spots. At kilometer 48.5, there's a lookout point over Brewer Lake, complete with a pull-off from the highway. Here you can take in the incredible views of the changing leaves and get some amazing shots of the reflections on the water. And lastly, at kilometer 55, there is the Algonquin Logging Museum and Trail. Not only is this an interesting history of logging at Algonquin, but it offers a variety of photo opportunities on the easy 1.5 kilometer loop trail. You can capture the incredible scenery, wildlife, and also the recreated Camboose Camp, the steam-powered tugboat, and other historic displays along the route. These are just a few of the many locations for amazing photos throughout the park. And as always, I suggest visiting early in the morning for sunrise, especially in the cooler months, so that you can get the misty atmosphere and fog on the water. The fall season gets very busy because of the incredible colors and scenery. So if you are visiting, I would suggest going during the week if you can to avoid the weekend crowds. And pack your patience because you will need it. Well, I hope this list of photo spots can be helpful for you if you're planning a trip to Algonquin in the future. And if you have spots of your own that you care to share, leave them in the comments below because I'm always looking for amazing spots to get some shots here in Algonquin. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel for more camping and travel videos coming soon.